Hey everybody, how's it going? Ventus Arashi here with the net. Blah. Try again. Excuse me. Whew. Starting voiceover in 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, how's it going? Ventus Arashi here with the series finale of my journey through Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, the cutscene movie. It was a pretty roller coaster of an episode last time around. Bunch of stuff happened. Xion kept running away, trying to find answers, and one problem after another kept ensuing, and yeah. So this is going to be wrapping up the last batch of days that are left through Roxas and Xion's time in the organization. So I'm on day 322, as you can tell by the prompt on screen, and I'm going to continue. The program.
Sora has a pretty powerful effect on her, is all I'm saying.
Yes, it was not supposed to gain a mind of its own, nor become the person we see.
Meaning Xion.
But in the end, it only proves that the puppet is the more worthy vessel. The time has come. Syx, are the devices ready?
In a matter of days.
Good.
And what of Roxas?
Devices.
Both of them have connections to Sora, but we only need one of them under our thumb. Whether Xion takes from Roxas the rest of what he has to give, or whether he destroys her first and takes back what is his, there is no change to our plans. No matter how, Sora's power will belong to us.
Day 323, Fleeting. Roxas, still in a slump, continued to receive missions from the organization. He spent his days executing missions. Another time jump. Day 352, Sunset.
The way things are, I'm going to wreck everything. What should I do, Riku? Are you?
Riku. Sora's friend.
Sora? You know Sora?
Yeah.
Thank you. You saved me, but I don't know why you did.
I guess I just felt like it.
Riku, please. Tell me more about Sora and that girl he's always with.
Kairi.
You mean Kairi?
Kairi. That's right. She's the one who looks so much like me.
To Sora, she's someone very special.
It's just, I remember things about the two of them. But I'm nothing more than a puppet. Something that somebody created. So why would I have their memories? Do you know where Sora is now?
That secret stays with me.
Why's that?
Xion. Your memories, they really belong to Sora.
So you mean I'm like a part of him?
In a way.
When his memories were scattered, some of them found their way inside you. Now, Sora has been put to sleep so that we can piece together his memory. Except
You can't because part of it is inside of me. That means he can't wake up.
yeah, you got it. But if you go with me to Sora right now, we could give the memories inside you back to him.
The problem
So,
is...
do you hate me for taking your friend away from you?
Nah. I guess... I'm just sad.
The problem is if she
I'm
gives those
sorry.
memories back,
But
she will
I
cease
can't
to
go with you.
exist.
It's my friends. They need me. And I need them too.
Maybe you should take some time and think about it. Figure out who really needs you more. And where you belong.
How will I know where I belong? Truly. I'm not sure I can promise you I'll come up with the right answer.
Well, the answer you come up with can't just be right for you. It has to be one that works best for everybody. You and your friends and everyone else.
Yep.
I'll try. Thank you, Riku. I have to make the most of the time Riku's given me.
Roxas battled the Heartless during a mission. His strength spent against a formidable foe, Roxas swung his Keyblade with all his might in hopes of ending things quickly. But his strike was interrupted with the sound of clashing metal. There was Axel, blocking both Roxas's and Xion's Keyblades. They had been fighting the entire time, each thinking that the other was a Heartless. Axel informed them of the truth surrounding the mission, rigged to get them to fight one another. So the organization set them up.
Freeze.
You just ate the ice
It's been
cream.
a while since we all hung out like this, hasn't it?
Well, we've had our share of drama lately. I just remembered. Did you know you should be checking your ice cream sticks?
Really?
Once you finish your ice cream, see if the stick says winner. Oh. Not that I've ever seen one myself.
Wait a second.
He has one.
What is it?
It's nothing. So then, what happens when you win?
I'll tell ya. That's a good question.
What, you don't know?
Well, it's gotta be something nifty if you're a winner, right?
Cool.
Wow. The sun's beautiful.
It is.
I know we've seen a lot of sunsets, but today's puts them all to shame. If only things could stay like this forever.
Say, what if we all just took off?
What?
If we ran, I bet we could always be together.
But we have nowhere to run.
The organization would catch them eventually.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
What's important isn't that we hang out with each other every day.
As long as we keep each other in our thoughts, we'll never be apart, right? We've got it memorized, Axel.
Good.
I'll have these moments memorized for a long time. Forever.
Me too. Forever.
Sora.
It appears we've come to a standstill.
Yeah, that's Corey
Yes.
Burton, all right.
This has gone on long enough. Riku, I think you know what needs to be done.
Right.
He sounded a lot like Christopher Lee when I first heard his voice, but now he sounds more like Yen Sid. Day 353, Resolve.
Looks like you've meddled again.
Sorry, did you say something?
The organization doesn't need both of them. Just one will suffice. Stop pretending. Think about that.
Roxas entered the lobby to see Axel, Xion, and Xigbar conversing with Cyax. The unusual trio were about to head out on a mission. Roxas asked Cyax if he could take Xigbar's spot, but Cyax chided Roxas, asking if he was powerless without Axel. Roxas saw Xion and Axel off with a sense of unease.
What a blast from the past!
Xion, stop!
Of all the faces, why do I look at her and see yours?
Then,
Why is it that you always have to glare at me like that?
Shut up!
Huh?
I'm sorry, Axel.
What are you doing?
Please, let me go. I have to do this or else... Just look. Please, Axel. You have to take care of Roxas.
But... you'd be...
Please. Thank you, Axel.
Explain yourself, Axel.
The old man needs to get his eye checked. She just got away.
I'll give him that. Can't toss the blame around.
And now we're left with the one we can't use.
Did something happen? Where's Xion?
She flew the coop. Flamesy Locks here couldn't trouble himself to clip her wings.
Huh? What does he mean, Axel?
Your friend sat there sucking his thumb while Xion walked right off. I'm going back to my room.
What happened out there?
Nothing. Really.
Nothing? Xion's gone. How can that be nothing?
It's just like Xigbar said. I just sat there sucking my thumb, watching Xion run away.
I'm asking you why you did that, and you know it.
Xion is like a mirror that reflects you.
You're not making any sense.
Xion is a puppet created to duplicate your powers.
Are you nuts? Xion's a person, not a puppet.
She's a mirror that reflects you. And when I looked in the mirror, it wasn't you I saw.
Xion is Xion. You can't expect her to be me.
That's not what I mean. It was only a matter of time before someone broke the mirror.
You mean they have to destroy her? Answer me!
Roxas, if somebody doesn't, then you won't be you anymore.
I'll always be me. I'm still your best friend. Just like Xion is my best friend.
That's not it. You're missing the whole point, Roxas.
Forget this!
Roxas!
he's gonna go get some answers himself.
I wish you'd understand, Roxas.
Riku.
Did you find the answer?
Yes, I certainly did. I'm on the verge of losing everything I care about. So please, Please, Riku. Tell me what I should do now.
Go to Twilight Town. You'll find a girl there named Naminé.
Naminé? What's she like?
You'll find out. I don't think you'll have trouble finding her.
All right. Thanks, Riku.
He's another one who looks just like
Bye.
Kairi. Or similar, anyway. Day 354. Truth. 4 days left.
Xion has disappeared yet again.
Do we know where she is headed?
It, not she, is a replica. Merely a puppet.
A puppet? What does that mean exactly?
A puppet is a puppet.
Talking about the replica program, isn't it obvious?
The what-ka?
Perhaps you care to enlighten us about this pet project of yours.
The purpose was to take a piece of the Keyblade wielder's memory and copy it, thus making his powers our own. This was one of several projects of ours being undertaken at Castle Oblivion. However, our efforts were severely derailed by Vexen's untimely demise. Needless to say, losing Vexen was not part of our plans. We were also caught off guard when this particular replica we called Xion formed an identity of its own.
No one at Castle Oblivion ever reported any instance where a replica formed its own identity. Do you concur, Axel?
That is true. The Riku replica
Whatever
certainly
the
didn't.
puppet may decide to do, we can be certain it will no longer have an impact on our plans. Still, it knows our secrets. We need to shorten the leash, perhaps even tighten it.
What exactly do you...
Axel, the onus is on you to capture and bring back Xion. The escape was on your watch. I will overlook any nicks or scratches. Just ensure she still functions on arrival.
Why would you allow a deserter back? We should simply eradicate her.
It is not a deserter. It is just a flawed specimen that has wandered out.
Are we clear, Axel? Dismissed.
Oh, what a mess.
Bring her back alive. Is she a madness?
All this time, I've been talking to a puppet.
So now, we just sweep it up, huh? As if.
If only the whispers at the top carried to the bottom.
I understand your
Axel,
frustrations, Look Sword.
Those orders were absolute. Still here, Roxas? Proceed with your mission.
Xion is... She's not a puppet.
A puppet couldn't be part of the organization. Just count the seats here. We have and always will be 13.
Axel! Maybe it's best if Xion never comes back to the organization. Do you really have to do what Xemnas says?
If I don't, they'll eradicate me next.
In that case, can you at least try not to harm her?
That's up to her. Roxas, Xion is dangerous.
Dangerous?
Have you got all your strength back?
Not yet. How long have you known about her? Could it be that you've known about her for a long time and not told me anything?
Catching on. Mickey. Handsome. That's why Riku has the blindfold on, because for some reason that conceals that.
Riku!
Your Majesty.
Gosh, have I been worried about you? Where have you been all this time?
I've been searching for a way to conquer the darkness within me, while we wait for Sora to awaken.
The way you looked.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm getting the hang of keeping the darkness under control.
And Sora, did something go wrong with fixing all his memories?
There's a reason the organization has been quiet since our battle at Castle Oblivion. And now I know it's not because a depletion in members had made them weak. Taking Sora's memory apart, piece by piece, was only the first step in what they were trying to do at Castle Oblivion. And I think they needed more time to fix his memory.
You know, you and me were both looking into what the organization was up to. But what I saw didn't look like much. Almost like they're trying to buy some time.
Right. Sora's memories are what they're after. And they needed all this time, until now, to absorb every piece of it.
Yep.
Huh?
The process of putting his memory back together has gone nowhere. They have what's most precious to Sora, his memories of Kairi.
Well, then you have to let me help. Maybe I could get the memories back.
I've got that covered, Your Majesty. I mean, Mickey. Instead, I want to ask you for a favor.
What would that be?
I have to face one of the organization's members soon. I might not survive the fight. And if I do, it might be because I gave in to the darkness. That means you're the only one who will be there for Sora, Donald, and Goofy. The only one who can guide them when they awaken.
Riku.
Promise me, Mickey. When our friends wake up, you have to be there to help them out.
I promise, Riku.
Oh. 355 unsaid and heard. So, gonna pause this real quick. So now I remember why, Sir Christopher, because I have heard. So, Corey Burton took over the role of Diz from Sir Christopher Lee. So, Sir Christopher Lee voiced Diz in 358 over 2 days when it released on the Nintendo DS. And Mickey's voice also sounds different too. And that's because this is Brett Ewan, his replacement. Actually, what am I saying? So Brett Ewan took over the role of Mickey from Wayne Allwine, because Wayne's last role as Mickey, which unfortunately was derived from archive sound, was the Nintendo 3D or Nintendo DS game 358 over 2 days. That was his last role as Mickey before his death. So the last time that we heard, Wayne as Mickey, at least in this installment, or the HD installments of the Kingdom Hearts franchise, was Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, sadly. And normally we would have heard Christopher Lee, but I don't know why they didn't use his sound or his archived clips stock sound clips from 358 over 2 days on the DS. But anyway, that's what I found out and figured out. Unsaid, unheard. 355.
Xion. Replica program. Xion was a puppet, made to replicate my powers. The Keyblade's powers. When Xion left the organization, Axel didn't stop her. Like he wanted her to go. Axel's probably known about Xion for some time now, but has kept it from me. Xion and I are both special nobodies. Xion was a replica. A puppet. What about me? Am I a puppet too? Xemnas said Sora was what connects her and me. But who is Sora? And who am I supposed to be? Axel. If he's hiding things from me about Xion, what could he be hiding about me?
A lot more than you realize. I mean, to be fair, he's doing it because he doesn't want to lose him, but
Axel.
Still.
Hey, Roxas.
Did you find Xion yet?
You know it isn't gonna be that easy.
I suppose not. Have you known about Xion this whole time?
No, not the whole time.
Since when then?
I can't exactly remember when.
Didn't get it memorized, huh? Axel. Who am I really? I'm special like Xion, I know that. But the organization wanted me out of the picture. Am I right?
Yeah, they did.
I guess it's 'cause Xion copied my powers and the Keyblade's powers. And they didn't need me anymore. And Axel, I guess you felt the same way.
You're wrong there. You'll always be my best friend.
Best friends are supposed to be honest with each other. Who am I, Axel? Xemnas says me and Xion are connected to each other through Sora. I don't even know a Sora. Am I a puppet like Xion?
You're different from Xion.
Then why do...
Finding out the truth doesn't always work out for the best.
What makes you so sure about that? I have the right to know the truth. How did I even get here? Why am I so special? Where did I learn how to use the Keyblade? I hardly know who I am. What is so wrong with wanting some answers?
Roxas.
I need to know, Axel. Please. Who am I?
You've just gotta trust me, Roxas.
I don't. I can't.
Roxas.
Too much has happened.
Somebody knows where I came from. If I can't get answers here, I'll get them somewhere else. That'll be the person I trust.
Kudos to Jesse McCartney for that performance.
I tried. But I have to find out about myself. There's no reason for me to be here anymore.
And just like that, he's gone.
Your mind's made up?
Why did the Keyblade choose me? I have to know.
You can't turn on the organization. You get on their bad side and they'll destroy you.
No one would miss me.
That's not true. I would.
Day 356. Place to belong. Oh, she finally found Naminé.
Nice to meet you. Xion. Naminé, are you able to see my face? Yes. Then what do you think I should do? What do you want to do? At first, I just wanted to be with Roxas and Axel forever. But then I started to realize that my memories, well, these aren't really even mine, are they? You're not Sora, and you're not Roxas. You're Kairi as Sora remembers her.
Which is why she looks so much like her.
As I remember more of my past, the more I feel the need to go back where I came from. What should I do to go back? So you're going back to Sora? If you return your memories to him, then you will disappear. In exchange for not having your own memory, you're connected through others' memories. So when you disappear, no one will remember you. There won't be any you to remember. For all the powers I possess, I can't keep even one piece of the memory called you connected.
Kinda like Sora's memories at Castle Oblivion.
I know, I'm ready. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here. I also know that Roxas should be going back with me. But I don't think he would understand. Not yet. I know. Roxas can't feel Sora just yet. Naminé, will you please watch over Roxas once I'm gone? You won't be alone. I asked someone else, too. There just isn't anything else I can do. All right. Thank you. Well, if you're ready, let's go see Sora.
Oh boy. Diz.
Naminé, it's them. The organization has found us. They're almost here. This blasted puppet led them right to our doorstep. See what you get for trusting it.
I can handle this. Wait! Xion!
Oh boy.
Why do I always get stuck with the icky jobs?
He's not happy about having to do this.
Axel.
Xion, what are you gonna do?
I've decided that I have to go back to where I belong.
Well, to be honest, I always felt that was best right from the very beginning. But you know, it still really bugs me. Something about this just stinks.
It's for the good of everyone.
But how do you know that? Everybody thinks they're right.
This is right.
They're gonna destroy you!
Please don't hold back, Axel. Promise.
What's your problem? You both think you can do whatever you want. Well, I'm sick of it.
Go on, you just keep running. But I'll always be there to bring you back! Why you gotta cause me so much trouble?
He won the fight, but she took everything out of him. And Xemnas. Day 357. Tears.
Where did I think I could go? What a joke. Xion! Thank you.
The old tradition.
Roxas, I'm out of time.
Her face changed again.
Even if I'm not ready, I have to make this choice. You have poured so many memories into me, given me so much, that I feel like I'm about to overflow. Look at me, Roxas. Who do you see? If you see somebody else's face, a boy's face, then that means I'm almost ready. This puppet will have to play her part. Roxas, this is him. It's Sora.
Finally got your answer. Even her shoes changed.
You're next, Roxas. I have to make you a part of me too. Don't you see? This is why I was created.
Roxas is now forced to fight his remaining best friend. What I find interesting is that they animated this fight with Xion, but they didn't at least show the fight that he had with Syx in the original game when he tried to leave the organization. When Roxas walked out, Syx tried to intercept him and Roxas beat him. So there are a few scenes from the DS game that they didn't animate and do something like this. And I wish they would have, because that would have given more to the storyline and made a little more sense. Because there's another scene coming up where they omitted something too. Thus Xion meets her end.
Who are you? Again? It's weird. I feel like I'm forgetting something really important.
You'll be better off now, Roxas.
Am I the one who did this to you?
No. It was my choice to go away now. Better that than to do nothing and let Xemnas have his way. I belong with Sora. And now I am going back to be with him. Roxas, I need you to do me a favor. All those hearts that I've captured, Kingdom Hearts, set them free.
Kingdom Hearts? Free them?
It's too late for me to undo my mistakes. But you can't let Xemnas have Kingdom Hearts. You can't. Goodbye, Roxas. See you again. I'm glad I got to meet you. Oh, and of course, Axel too. You are both my best friends. Never forget. That's the truth.
No. Xion. Who else will I have ice cream with?
With her dying breath, she briefly transfers the memories of her back to Roxas, giving him the motivation he needs to do what needs to be done. But giving Roxas a ridiculous sense of grief.
Xion.
That will never not be depressing.
How did this happen? Hmm?
Winner. The ice cream stick that Roxas had. Day 358. Believe. Now this scene should look familiar. For those who remember the Another Side, Another Story secret movie at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. Wielding the Oathkeeper and Oblivion at the same time. Now, here's the other scene that I was talking about in the DS. So, Roxas is going through the city and heading to Memory's skyscraper, and he's confronted by the Neo Shadows. He pulls out 2 Kingdom Keys at the same time and then transforms them into Oathkeeper and Oblivion, respectively. And I wish they would have kept that scene, or at least reanimated that scene and put that in this, because that gives more of an explanation as to why he's able to do that. Reason why is because when Xion died, her Keyblade and the ability to use it passes on to Roxas. That's why he's canonically able to wield 2 at the same time. It's also the reason why Sora is able to wield 2 at the same time as well. And this is going to become evident in the next Kingdom Hearts game that I play, Birth by Sleep, it's going to give a full explanation as to how and why Sora is able to do that in the first place. And then after that, that's when the story really, really becomes convoluted. But, I don't know. Oh well, it is what it is. This is where Roxas fights Riku at Memory Skyscraper. He's fueled by pain, loss, and rage, and he's using that to push him forward. And Riku's quickly realizing that Xion met her end as well. Fitting that Riku has the Oathkeeper, or Oblivion, since he is a darkness wielder. Memories are fading fast.
Who are you?
What does it matter? I'm here for you.
Why are you trying to stop me?
Because I want back the rest of Sora's memories.
Sora? Enough about Sora!
Do you have some kind of plan?
I'll set Kingdom Hearts free. Then everything will be the way it was. She'll come back. And the three of us can be together again.
You mean Xion? It's a struggle just to remember the name now. Either way, I can't let you go doing anything crazy.
I'm freeing Kingdom Hearts, and I'm going to find Sora. I want Xion back. I want my life back!
If you try and make contact with Kingdom Hearts, the last thing you'll get is your life back. The organization will destroy you.
Enough! Yeah.
Why? Why do you have the Keyblade?
Shut up!
So Riku evidently said that to distract him and throw him off his guard and game. Roxas's memories.
Why don't you quit?
Come on, Sora. I thought you were stronger than that.
Huh? Get real. Look which one of us is winning.
Exactly what Sora
So
would
it's
say.
true. You really are his nobody. Guess Diz was right after all.
What are you talking about? I am me. Nobody else.
Riku, please! You have to stop him!
How many times do I have to beat you?
All right. You've left me with no other choice.
What?
I have to release the power in my heart. The dark power that I've been holding back. Even if it changes me forever.
And some reincarnated again.
have accepted it.
And unfortunately, Xion has officially faded from Roxas's memory. And everyone else's by extension.
Diz, he could feel Sora.
Oh, he told you how he felt, did he? Ridiculous. Nobody cannot feel anything.
If he had met Sora, things might have been different.
Likely. But we'll never know.
Roxas, don't be sad. I came from you and Sora. I am you, the same way that I am Sora. You'll forget me, but the memories themselves will never go away. Memories of you and me will always be together, forever inside him.
Day 359, the first day. The day that Roxas gets teleported to the digital Twilight Town with a new personality to throw off his organization pursuers.
Another dream about him. Maybe today we'll finally hit the beach.
And that's it for Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, the cutscene movie. Okay, now that the credits are rolling, time for my full, honest review of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, the cutscene movie. To summarize, while the story was intriguing and really made you feel for the Sea Salt trio, particularly Roxas and Xion, it really didn't do much for the franchise in terms of the overall narrative, and honestly, this installment opened the door for even more plot holes / complications to the franchise's narrative later on down the line. Now, there are 5 categories I use for scoring films: story, actor performance, music, cinematography, and aesthetics. First up, story. This includes dedication to source material, continuity, and lore, if any exist, the main plot, subplots, character interactions and development, pacing, and how well everything flows together. The story is set during the events of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories, and chronicles Roxas' life as he serves the organization along with exploring his friendship with Axel and Xion. And in general, that's pretty much it, save for the subplots of Saïx and Axel scheming behind the scenes, along with Roxas and Xion trying to find out who they really are and where they came from. Honestly, I don't know what it is about the Kingdom Hearts mobile / portable game installments. They always have some kind of crippling problem with them, and all of them, except for one installment, just felt like random cash grabs to capitalize on the success of the franchise or the popularity of a certain character or characters. For this game / game movie, it was the overall story that did next to nothing to advance the narrative as a whole, except explain how Roxas spent his days in the organization and how he was able to wield 2 Keyblades in the end. I know I'm probably going to get hate for saying this, but Xion was a character that the entire franchise could have done without in terms of overall story, because she does very little to contribute to the franchise's narrative. Her creation still doesn't make sense to me to this day, except maybe to sate Vexen's lust for scientific progress and experimentation. But for Sora's memories of Kairi, that, as per Naminé's own admission, were lost inside Sora's heart, to accidentally go into Xion was absolutely ridiculous. Roxas is one thing since he came directly from Sora, so technically they share the same body and brain. But Xion was a replica who was somehow able to copy Roxas's abilities and wield a Keyblade of her own, which was never properly explained, only insinuated in later installments. The Soul Eater wing blade that the Riku replica uses is one thing, but Keyblades are picky about their owners/wielders. So how a mere replica with no genuine heart of her own, at least at this point, or original organic body of her own, was able to do that still needs explanation, and none was given. Which begs another question. How the hell are nobodies able to access a person's memories? We already saw Vexen and Marluxia do that with Riku and Sora, respectively, and make tangible items from those memories. Naminé also has power directly over Sora's memories and those connected to him. So what is the source of all this? Sad to say, we will likely never know, because at this point the writers were basically just pulling random ideas out of a hat and were hoping it would stick. Or at least that's how it feels anyway. Anyway, back to Xion. Don't get me wrong, I still like her as a tragic character, but she really didn't do much except set the stage for Roxas's dual wielding and for another character to appear later on down the line. The more simple, basic storyline of three friends spending time together was nice, not gonna lie, but it didn't feel as fleshed out as it could have been. And since this was a cutscene movie, certain fights/interactions between characters that should have been in there to contribute to the plot were omitted, which hurt the story's overall narrative, and which ended up feeling anticlimactic at the end. That being said, story gets a 5 at best. Next is actor performance, vocal or otherwise. This is where the installment begins to pick up. Quentin Flynn, Jesse McCartney, and Allison Stoner were excellent in their roles as Axel, Roxas, and Xion respectively, as was David Gallagher as Riku. Mickey's new voice actor, Brett Iwan, had a decent cameo, replacing the previous VA, Wayne Allwine, after he had died in 2009. To clarify, Allwine died from diabetic complications, not cancer as I had previously thought before. And Corey Burton was still great as Sir Christopher Lee's replacement for Diz. The rest of the cast had their original voice actors return from the previous installments as well, which was a nice touch. As always, there were a handful of deliveries of various lines that felt either strange, forced, or underperformed, but most of the voice acting, chemistry, and humor was done quite well, especially among Flynn and McCartney. So, actor performance gets an 8. Next is music. Tracks in this game tend to be recycled from previous installments, so not a whole lot of true originals here. However, the tracks were still decent, to be fair. But there were 3 original tracks: Xion's theme, Vector to the Heavens, the Sea Salt Ice Cream theme, At Dusk I Will Think of You, and Xion's sadder theme, Musique pour la tristesse de Xion. I hope I pronounced that right. That's French for Music for the Sadness of Xion. I do not do French very well, so please excuse me for that. Those 3 were phenomenal additions, adding depths of destiny and overwhelming emotion, of quieter, more subtle undertones of the little joys of friendship, and overwhelming sadness and pain to the listener, respectively. In other words, those 3 tracks in particular did an excellent job of evoking emotion. However, those 3 isolated tracks don't, I guess you could say, hold greater weight over or overrule the rest of the issues with the music. So taking all these factors into account will net this category a 6. Next is cinematography. This includes camera angles, world building / displaying, field of vision, etc. For what it's worth, this little cutscene movie had some decent shots of the Twilight Town sunset and tower. However, the environments rarely changed and primarily focused on Twilight Town and the world that never was. Now granted, the final two fights between Roxas and Xion and Roxas heading to Memory's skyscraper at the end were good, but the rest, not so much. So even though this wasn't a true movie per se, more of a compilation of cutscenes, it was still kinda lackluster in presentation, so this category gets a 5. And lastly, aesthetics. This includes thematic visuals, if any exist, resolution, attention to detail in various categories, the usage of computer-generated imagery or practical effects, and how well either one was done, including costume design, makeup, set pieces / backgrounds, etc., and finally, audience engagement. This category has the exact same problem that cinematography does, albeit from a graphical standpoint, and as a result gets the exact same score, so there's no point in going over it a whole lot. The game this movie came from, I don't doubt was more engaging, but watching the cutscenes as a movie could get boring at times, so this category gets a 5. Now that all 5 categories have been scored, I'm going to take their average to arrive at the final score for the game as a whole. Score is based on increments of half a point, so any in-between numbers will be rounded to the nearest half point to simplify things. So, based on all the information provided beforehand, Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, the cutscene movie, earns a score of 6 out of 10 based on quality alone. Based on my own personal enjoyment as a consumer, I would give this a 5 at best. And that's it for my review. Hopefully that was informative, if not helpful. Now, while I have to admit, while I didn't care for this installment's story a whole lot, I will give it credit for explaining how Roxas spent his time in the organization, from the time he was, well, born, to his imprisonment in the digital Twilight Town. Now, personally, I wish they would have not made the story so convoluted with the whole replica ordeal, but at least they tried to set up the next major installment in the franchise, which was further noted when Xion took on the appearance of one of the 3 armored Keyblade wielders we saw in the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix secret movie Birth by Sleep, who just so happens to look just like Roxas, and there is a reason for that which will be explained at a later time. But on that note, it's at this point that I'm going to stop the episode. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next series. Later.